The secret to pissing off your customer. Do you know it? Do you know the secret to pissing off your customer? Seriously, do you know what grates your customer right to the core? Do you know it? Do you know what hits your customer with so much pain it's like you got a branding iron that you're sticking on the rump of a cow? Do you know what that is? Do you know what truly aggravates your customer? I'm going to tell you today. I am going to tell you in JTInTheRaw show 99. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not just going to tell you what pisses them off, but I'm going to give you some tips to ensure that you don't do it. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Mel. How are everyone this morning? Give me a thumbs up if you are feeling tippy tops on this winter day down under or summer day up in the Northern Hemisphere. Morning, Jess. Morning, Eugene. Keeping your form, Eugene. Love to see it. Good morning, Tamara. How are you? Give me a thumbs up if you are feeling tops. Morning, JB. Welcome to JTInTheRaw, show 99, 1 to 100, show 99, where I just chew the thin on business. And I've had a few experiences this week which has inspired me to do today's session. Good morning, Carol. Carol, are you back? Are you back from holidays? How was Singapore? Morning, Renee. Morning, Sue. How are you all? Morning, Dave. So I had, a few experiences this week, and it kind of, when I was flying home last night from Melbourne, I was thinking, what am I going to talk about in Raw? And I went, you know what really pisses me off? I'm going to share that. And then I'm going to share exactly how not to piss off another customer ever again. Because, when we talk about this, I guarantee you that your customer does not actually tell you why they're leaving you. I guarantee it. They don't tell you why they're leaving, and you will have caused this problem. But we'll get to that shortly. Morning, Dylan. Morning, Hillary. Morning, Scotty G. I have got a couple of shout outs. First shout out is going to be to one of my roundtable members. I won't mention who she is or he is. I won't mention their name, but I just want to share with you this shout out, because I think this is a really important one for everyone in business. We worked very closely with this client last year, 18 months ago nearly now, to develop their core values of their business. Let me say that again. We worked to develop the core values of their business. This year, one of her former staff members, who she dismissed, took her to court or took her to arbitration for unfair dismissal. Now, generally in an unfair dismissal court case, anything is possible, we just don't know. What the arbitrator said was, I can understand why this individual, good morning, Ryan McKenzie, thank you, sir, for your kind compliment about the Fitness Business podcast yesterday. Thank you, Ryan. Very grateful for that. What the arbitrator said was this: I understand why you dismissed this young lady, because the behavior of her did not match your core values. Boom! How excited do you think that made me feel as someone that worked with a client to develop the core values? We saved her a shitload of money in unfair dismissal because the behavior of that team member did not match the behavior that was expected with those core values, and as a result, dismissed. That made me very happy as a consultant and a coach, and also as a friend to this individual. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, to save your ass in business, get core values, stick by your core values, and you will save money as well as have a massive impact on your business. If you like that story, give me a love heart. Don't give me that bullshit thumbs up. Give me a love heart. Do you love it? I love that. Morning, Bonnie. How are you? Hope you're doing well down there in the gong and are enjoying motherhood. Guys, this is a key thing to being successful in business. Core values determine the behaviour of your staff. They determine the behaviour of your staff. And for me, this is a really cool example of why it's so important to have them. I want you to work on them. If you need help with that, put core in the comments below. I will charge you just a fraction of what a wrongful dismissal would cost you to help develop core values in your business. Boom. Second shout out to my club owners, Industry Leaders Roundtable. We had an awesome time in Melbourne over the last week. We worked out in quite a few different places. We chewed the thin on business and it was awesome. Love you guys so much. Thanks for those that couldn't come zooming in. That was fantastic. Also, a quick shout out to Linda, who's a brand new coaching client. We got our first coaching session today. Looking forward to working with you, Linda. Jamie Hayes, core values should be a filter when recruiting staff. Oh, totally, Jamie. Totally. That's not rocket science. But that is a key component. Do you build questions into your employment process around your core values? Morning, Mirror. How are you? Okay. So let's get on to chewing the thin about the customer and keeping the customer. Now, whether you're watching live or on replay, I want you to contribute over the next few minutes while we talk about the customer. I want to ask you a couple of questions. When you fly, Carol, you're just back from Singapore. When you fly, do you expect to be able to put your bag in the bin above where you sit? Do you expect to be able to put your bag in the bin of where you sit? When you go to the gym, morning Alyssa over there in New Zealand, when you go to the gym, do you expect that the equipment works? Do you expect that the equipment is all working? When you go to the gym, you pay a membership fee. Do you expect that it works? And when someone says something that they're going to do you expect that they will do it? Do you expect that they will do it? JP Richard, good morning. Alex McLean, good morning. How are you guys over there in New Zealand, in the US? Okay, so here it comes. The number one way to piss off your customer is not meet their expectations. There it, I said it. It's got nothing to do with service. It's meeting the expectations of the customer. If you do not meet the expectations of the customer, you piss them off. Interestingly enough, who do you think shapes the expectations of the customer? Who do you think shapes the expectations of the customer? You! It's what you say in your marketing. It's what you say in your sales presentations. It's about previous performances. You control the expectations of your customer by what your message is. So here's how it works. When I go to get on a plane, there's a little contraption where you put your bag in. If the bag fits that contraption, then you can take it on the plane. That's my expectation as a customer. So when I get on the plane and someone's trying to jam something massive into the case above, the bin above, and it doesn't fit, that pisses me off. That gets me annoyed. Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, Chris Stevenson. Talking, where are you? You're on Marissa's phone in the office. That annoys me because it's like, this is the expectation. Do you know one of the most interesting things about running a gym in the 80s and the 90s was that we had gym floor instructors. And the salesperson would say something like this: the gym floor instructor is always there to help you. So that sets an expectation that there'll be someone to help me when I'm on the gym floor. But if that person is busy with a customer, how do we help them on the gym floor? We can't. If there's someone on the front desk of your hairdressing salon, Andrew Copeland, on your gym, wherever there's someone on the front desk in a hotel, your expectation is that the person on the front desk will look at you, smile at you, and help you. It doesn't always work like that. They're too busy on Facebook. They could be on the phone. But the expectation is there. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to keep your customers, meet the expectation of the customer. Meet the expectation of the customer, and you have a much better chance of keeping them. When you exceed the expectations of the customer, that customer becomes an advocate. That customer becomes an advocate. Now, please, don't think I'm perfect at this. This is a work in progress for me personally and for my company. At Active Management, we are striving to always meet the expectations of our customer. We don't exceed them. We strive to meet the expectations. But I also strive to set the expectations of the customer. So, for example, when you ring me, the message is simple: I will get back to you within 2 days. So the expectation is set that JT will call you back within 2 days, not as soon as possible, because your expectation of as soon as possible is different to my expectation of as soon as possible. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Give me a love heart if that made sense. But quite seriously, the expectation of as soon as possible does vary. So if you rang me, say, 9 o'clock yesterday, 9 o'clock on Wednesday, I was in a round table meeting. So I'm with a customer, with customers. And my message would say, hey, I'm busy at the moment, I'll call you back as soon as possible. But I'm in a round table meeting from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, then we go and work out, then we have dinner. So really the only time I'm going to have a chance to check my messages or call you back is going to be 9:30, 10 o'clock that night. And when I call you back at that time, you go, what are you doing? Why are you calling me now? Well, I'm calling you as soon as possible. That's what I said I would do. You're going to go, piss off, I'm going to bed. I don't want to talk to you. But I don't get the chance because of that. So shape the expectation of your customer by communicating to them, by ensuring that they understand. So for me, when you call me, I'll call you back within 2 days. Now, here's the really cool thing. Here's the really cool thing, I think, is that when you exceed the expectations of your customer, they become an advocate for your business. So if I tell you I'm going to call you back within 2 days, or I'm going to reply to your email within 2 days, and then I get back to you in 1 day, I have exceeded your expectations. I set them up here, but I've done that. You're like, wow, how good's that? And all of a sudden you now become a fan of mine. You become an advocate. So in business, our job is to set expectations, control those expectations, and that will control customer retention. That will control customer retention. So here's a little simple formula that I was discussing with the round table this week. Your prospects and your customers, they need to know you, they need to like you, and then they need to trust you. Let's look at that formula again. Know you, like you, trust you. To move from like to trust, you have to do what you say. To move from like to trust, you have to do what you say. So if you say you're going to call someone back, you call them back. It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. It's meeting the expectations of the customer, but it's you. It's you shaping those expectations. Thank you, Eugene, for that compliment. Very grateful. No, it's a work in progress, mate. We don't do it as well as I would like, but we might do it better than everybody else. Thank you. So let me just explain that one more time for you. And if you like what I'm saying, give me a love heart. If you like what I'm saying and you think this could help other people, tag them in the comments below. I'd be super grateful. In your business, in your marketing message, in your sales pitch, in your previous experiences, you will shape the expectation of your customer. You will shape the expectation of your customer. So make sure in your marketing message, make sure in your sales pitch that you are shaping an expectation that you can deliver on. If Domino's Pizza shapes your expectation that they can deliver a pizza within 30 minutes or it's free, that's their message. They will do that. If they can't, then they're going to deliver a pizza within 45 minutes and it's free. They shape the expectation. You have to do the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. You have to do the same thing. It's pretty simple. It's not hard. It's really simple. So here's what I want you to do. Here's the challenge. Here's where the rubber hits the road. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to examine in your business what you say. I want you to examine what you say. And I want you to examine what you do. What you say and what you do, and ensure there's a match. I want you to examine what you say and what you do and make sure there's a match. If there's a mismatch, if what you do is greater than what you say, awesome! Because you've exceeded the expectations. But if what you say exceeds what you do, you're going to piss your customer off and you're going to lose them. So think about all those touch points that you have with customers and ensure what you say matches what you do. If you will do this for me in the next 7 days, give me a love heart right now. Give me a love heart, whether you're watching live or on replay. Give me a love heart if you promise me you will match what you say with what you do. What you say with what you do. Give me a love heart if this is going to be a focus in your business over the next 7 days to make sure you match customer expectations. Remember, like I said, if what you do is greater than what you say, you create an advocate, and that should be our goal. Love hearts coming through. Looks like there's going to be a few people busy this week talking about what we say and what we do and matching them up. Morning, Liz. Thanks, guys, for those love hearts. Also, Bonnie, I just saw you tag a whole heap of people. Thank you for that. Thanks, Brett. Hope you're enjoying the train ride this morning. What's on? What's on for me next week? Well, I'm going to be working on this for 1 day next week. I'm going to be looking at what we are delivering to our members and making sure it matches their expectations. Speaking of which, in 2 hours' time, I'm doing a Facebook Live Q&A for all the Active Management members, where you can send questions to me and I will answer them live on Q&A. I think I've got about 6 of them already, so it's going to be a pretty good little show. That's at 10 o'clock. If you're not an Active Management member and you want to be, put active in the comments below. I'll send you the link. You can be able to jump on before 10 o'clock and ask some questions. Morning, Sean Lestrange. How are ya? Where are they? They're covered up today, mate. They're cold. Okay, next week on Thursday, I am going to be back in Melbourne on Thursday afternoon, and I'm doing Coffee with JT. From 2 o'clock, I'm going to be at Glen Waverley. Now, I've got 3 bookings. 1 is already taken, so I have 2 bookings at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. If you want to spend an hour with me in Melbourne next week, put coffee in the comments below. Coffee in the comments below. I'll send you the link and I will spend 1 hour with you helping you on your business. You can come one-on-one, you can bring a team of people, I don't mind. You got an hour with me, I'll pay for the coffee, you pay for the time. If you're interested, coffee in the comments below, and I'll catch you on Thursday at either 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock at Glen Waverley. I often get a few questions about when I'm speaking. I'm going to be speaking in Perth at the PLA WA conference on the 21st and 22nd of June. So if you're in WA or you know anyone in WA, put WA in the comments. I'll send you the link. That way you can register to go to that conference. Chris Stevenson, who's watching today over there in the US, we're both going to be in Japan on the, I think it's 25th or 26th of July. And just this week, I've been signed to go to speak in India, Doha, India, and I'm going to be there on the 25th and 26th of August. They're just a few places I'm going to be. But there will be Coffee with JT in Sydney. There's Coffee with JT coming in Newcastle. So there's a few things happening. So next Friday, I'm going to be running a training program for 2 clubs in Victoria. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so that's next Friday. But also next Friday is Show 100! Show 100 of JTInTheRaw. Never thought I'd get there. So tune in next week. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. So I hope you tune in next week to Show 100. Tell your friends to tune in. That would be awesome. Okay. What's your homework? What is your homework? Tell me in the comments below if you remember what your homework is after today's show. Only if you want to start keeping customers. Tell me in the comments below, what is your homework by next week? What is your homework by next week? Want a hint? What do you say you do in business, and what do you do, and see if there's a match? What do you say and what do you do, and see if there's a match? That is your homework. That is your homework. Or Susan McGregor says, do as you say. Spot on. All right, quote of the week. I know you guys love this. This is the most important part of the show. I know you love it. I know you love it. Here it is. Eric, yes, match what you do to what you say and create advocates. Yes, sirree, Bob. Eric, that is spot on. Hope you're enjoying the beautiful weather over there in California. Here it is. Quote of the week. Ooh, Eugene, vetting actions to expectations. Love it. Here it is. To keep your customers, do what you say. To keep your customers, do what you say. To keep your customers, do what you say. Thanks for tuning in to JTInTheRaw Show 99, where I chew the thin on business. I hope I've added value to you. If I have, give me a love heart any stage during the show when you're watching live or on replay. Love those love hearts coming through. And please, if you think anyone can get any little tidbit of information to help them in their business, please tag them in the comments below. I'd be really grateful if you would do that. Thank you so much. I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side next week for Show 100. Spread the word. JT in the Raw. Show 100. Have an awesome weekend. Catch ya.